Večerva kako vtor koncert, jedan čovjek koji poigra na slučaj od nekoliko godini ne možeše da dojde vo Skopje, ni jaz uporno go barav, međutim termiните ne se совпадja so negovite drugi ovrski. Konečno, prilično rano go dogovorivme za večerva. Jedan finski fenomen i virtuozna harmonika so specifičen performans, kako vizuelen, tako i zvučen. Se raboti za Kimmo POHJONEN, koji ovdje će go predstaviti svoj nov projekt, znači nema da bude solo, klaster.
If Jimi Hendrix would have accordion, it would sound maybe a little bit same.
Sometimes audience is just sitting with eyes closed, just concentrating to the music and sounds.
Okay, you can call it world music or whatever, but for me it's music, it's my music.
When we play and when we create something new, we usually jam, and Kimmo jams a lot by himself when he makes songs and records himself, and we do that together too. That when we do something new, that we just jam and record and we find something. Okay, this is nice mood, and we go for that mood.
My first teacher was my father. He plays accordion, and after that I went to music school in Helsinki and studied quite much classical music, and then also in conservatory. And after classical music, I turned back to folk music and studied in folk music department.
I started to play drums, like normal drums, when I was around 13 years. And I played drums, I think, 7 years or something like that. And I studied 2 years of that in that time, like when I was 17. From 17 until 19, I was in pop jazz conservatory. And then I studied many different kind of music, like jazz, rock, pop, Latin, African.
Actually, I'm teacher. I'm teaching these technical things in Finland for professional people. So my education is to be art teacher. So that's a little far away from music.
My father is director, theater director, so I have some kind of theater background that way. And when I started, it was no education in Finland at all about this area, lighting. I learned which things works and also which things does not work. Learned what equipments are good for which purpose, and most of all, which are the most important things in lighting.
The biggest influence I have got is from Finnish guy Heikki Laitinen, who was my professor in Svetozar Academy, and his idea was that even when we were studying folk music, so his idea was that it's not something what is old or past, it's something what you can create nowadays. And that was actually the idea what I'm doing with my music nowadays also, trying to do something new.
I was still playing mainly drum set. Then I went a little bit into percussion playing, and I started to play percussions, just trying different things. And then I found this electronic thing, like playing electronic drums. A few years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I started to get electronic drums into my drum set and percussion setup.
When these musicians, when they improvise and when they play music, then this feeling what they have, it comes to light and sound, and then we create it more in a way. I think it's like that. But if without this really deep good feeling from stage, we have no work.
Nowadays technology helps a lot to create good-looking lights, also sound, so that not good-looking sound, but good-sounding sound.
We are not trying to make any certain kind of things or express any certain kind of things, except we try to express some mood. If we take some hard song, then we want to go very, very hard, or if we are very soft, then we try to be very soft, or whatever. But it's mostly like song by song, we create some kind of mood or feeling.
Early 90s, I get really tired for accordion. Somehow I couldn't find the way to play it so that it pleases me, and somebody, actually Heikki Laitinen, asked me to do a solo concert, and then I understood that, you know, if I do a solo concert with that accordion, I have to do something new for myself, and then I started to explore.
A little bit later, like 3 years ago maybe, I bought sampler, which is nowadays like maybe even my main instrument.
Electronical things to accordion, and so little by little I have expanded. For example, the thing what I'm doing is with Samuli. It wasn't easy to find that idea. I was trying to find a percussion player, and I was playing with him. He was using normal percussion drums, and I didn't like it at all.
Sampler is electronic equipment where I can record different sounds, whatever sounds I want, and then I can play those sounds. And for example, with Kimmo I record accordion sounds. We hit accordion, we scratch it, we do whatever kind of sounds from accordion. We record them into my sampler, and then I have electronic drum, and I play those sounds with my electronic drum with my hands.
I had my own lighting desk here. The reason is that well, I'm quite old, so I don't learn so easily new equipment and new software. So the desk I'm using, it's computer based, but thanks goodness nowadays technical equipments are not so engineer oriented, so I don't need to go to specific school, study there 3 years just to know how I put lights on, but those are user friendly, and for me only way to learn how to use any specific desk was to practice very well.
It's like trance, that you are really deep somewhere, and maybe 1 hour you forget your problems and you get politic and you forget bad things, and actually maybe you forget also good things. But you are, if we have good day like yesterday it was, so I think we have hundreds and hundreds of people who feel a little bit same as we do when we are performing.
We are using so-called intelligent lights, which means that those lights are moving. I can program those positions, colors and so on. I need specific kind of control board, and also because it's so many things I can do with those lights, means also that I have to pre-program a lot. I spend 4 full days at home pre-programming this show, because that way during the concert I don't need to concentrate so much to technology, but more to creative part of the work, checking out that timings are working and so on.
When I compose my music, I improvise a lot. So that's a kind of element which is always there, and on stage with Samuli,
it's kind of practicing. If you are making all the time music that is creative, and I learn all the time to use it better, my sampler, and if I play drums, I learn it all the time to play better.
We always have improvised parts, but and that's the most interesting part on stage, because then if you really get the energy and you get in good mood, so you can find something new every day from yourself on stage.
We have chance to show or to destroy, and we want to show the thing, and yeah, it's we work quite deeply together.
Of course, the audience is really important thing, because when you go on stage, you start to create a certain kind of energy when you play, and then the energy comes, and then it goes to audience, and then the audience get it, and then they give it back.
It's not just a show. If audience go home and they say, okay, yes, it was okay, then I'm not satisfied. And I'm sure Kimmo also, it must gives you some kind of feeling, some deeper feeling, good or bad.
Those lights are blinding, guys, so they can't see the audience. That's why we actually had audience lights on all the time yesterday, because Kimmo and Samuli, they want to see the audience. It's some kind of feedback, you know. If they can see the faces, they know that is audience amazing.
Oh, if there's 2,000 people giving energy for you, so suddenly you have a like feeling on stage that you can do whatever, you know, even walking through the wall and you don't hit your head. So that's the idea of audience, that you get energy from them, and then you give energy for them, and that's a reason to play.
First music that really kicked my ass was hip-hop and reggae, and I really was influenced by hip-hop and rap music when I was 13, and that was one of the reasons I started to play drums, was that I wanted to make these hip-hop beats.
Basically nothing. So if I have chance to, when I open radio or I drive car and want to listen radio, I choose channel where is no music.
I like records where it's kind of improvisational element or something new for myself. For example, from electronic music scene is happening lots of good things, new things. It's interesting to listen something what is new for yourself, and that's easy nowadays because there's such much new things coming all the time. Accordion is so interesting instrument because like it's a big one and it's moving and so on. And so if you put your body to it when you play, so it just affects so much for your music also. So and I want to use my body when I'm playing because somehow it affects your playing quite much. And it's just good.
We try to get ourselves in a special mood when we are playing. And one thing that helps you is to take some clothes that you feel that they are stylish.
lights are supporting that kind of idea that it's like kind of one performance, one play, one piece, one painting with many colors.
So many things happens just by feeling, but of course there are certain things that we have planned that they know that when I do some sound or Kimmo does some kind of little mark on his head, maybe light engineer knows that, then he takes lights off or takes light in, so then he knows that we go to next part.
Kimmo knows all the time what's happening and when comes this and this effect and so on.
Sometimes it's difficult to draw a line where music ends and sound starts, because not all of the songs are just traditional music, it's also soundscapes, as you noticed.